Hi, and welcome to another episode of A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. This season, we have had a host of guests across the district so that we can help you understand all of the amazing things that are happening. And today is no different. I am so excited to welcome not only my colleague, but my longtime friend, principal of Gary Middle School, Antoinette Dixon, and she's brought along some teammates whom we will meet. Welcome, Antoinette.
Thank you, Chelsea. I'm happy to be here today.
And I'm so happy that you have brought along two of your instructional coaches. Yes. We have to your immediate left, Miss Belinda Scott. And to her left, Miss Trudie Ingram. Did I get them right?
Yes, you did.
All right, and our viewing audience will get a chance to learn all about the amazing things that you all are doing in the district. But I'm going to start with you, Principal Dixon. It's so funny to call you that, knowing that we were in Saturday school together like 40 years ago. Look, we turned out pretty good through the Gary schools.
Right through the Gary schools.
And here we are, how things come full circle as we work to impact the lives of the young people across the district. So, Gary Middle School, it has a history. It used to be Kennedy King and Banneker and now Gary Middle. And there's a lot of pride out there on the lake. So talk to me, what makes Gary Middle School so special?
What makes Gary Middle School so special? Well, we're special. First of all, we're Gary Middle School for the visual and performing arts.
Thank you.
The arts are still alive in Gary, and they are alive, and middle schoolers can explore the arts because it's all about exploration so that when they get ready for high school, they will have an idea of what artistic things they're interested in, not only the academics.
I'll tell you a secret, Tony, that I had you all on here to help me with the myth dispelling, because a lot of people think, or they haven't really been in tune with what we're putting out there, and they're thinking that there aren't any arts classes, there isn't any drama or any type of thing, music and choir going on. And so I'm constantly trying to reinforce and bring people to the platform to share what programs are available for our young people when it comes to the arts. And then we're going to get over to the STEAM side of it with the science and the math and all that good stuff. But what exactly do we offer at Gary Middle School?
At Gary Middle School, we have offered a plethora of all the arts, actually all of them. We've had band, dance, theater arts or drama, visual arts, and we also had choir and even orchestra at one time.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, to get individuals in those roles can be a challenge across districts across the nation. You know, finding reputable dance instructors, reputable orchestra, I'm sure, because that's a refined skill, but nonetheless, we're committed to keeping those types of programs going. And the thing I love about it most is that they have the opportunity, with us having the West Side Theater Guild right here at West Side, that they can participate in those productions with the West Side Theater Guild. Even some of our elementary schoolers get the opportunity to get on that big West Side stage. But it starts in platforms like yours, right?
It does. It does. And we are so, we want to dispel that myth because we want everyone to know that the arts are still alive, that they did not die in Gary, and that not only are they alive, the young people are still very talented and very interested. And if we have some people out there that are artists in those areas, they're welcome to even apply to positions that they'll see this fall in the district.
That would be at garyschools.org. Just click on employment opportunities at garyschools.org. But there's also an element, before we talk with your instructional coaches, about just making sure that we have the community involved, even if it's not on an employment level, but from clubs, extracurricular activities, volunteerism, field trips. Can you dispel that myth too? Our doors are open for help from the community.
Yes. In fact, at the secondary level, elementary parents are excited. They get involved with everything with their children. They ease up when they start getting to middle school and even high school. But that shouldn't be.
Okay.
They should stay committed and involved.
Yes, yes.
And we do have a volunteer application process, but even one day, if you'd like to volunteer, coming through, and long as they go through the safe visitor checkpoints, we welcome you in.
Okay.
And in fact, I would welcome and plead to my parents, please get involved in your children's academic progress.
You heard it right here from our principal over at Gary Middle School. Before we head to our first break, I want to talk to Mrs. Scott and Mrs. Ingram. It's so great to see the both of you. I know you're longtime district folks that love children and make a big difference, and I'm so glad to have you here on the show today. Ms. Scott, can you explain to us the role of an instructional coach?
Sure. An instructional coach, the position is there so that we can support teachers, and we support teachers in whatever type of aspect they need. In particular, dealing with data, dealing with lesson plans, any type of new instructional strategies, and we're there to support teachers. We're there to have those conversations. We get together in POCs.
And what's a POC?
Professional learning community.
Okay, PLCs. Okay,
Oh,
PLCs.
yeah.
I learned something new.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. We have a new strategy. Well, it's not a new strategy, but we're working on a particular strategy with our students, our scholars. And so we worked with teachers, and we meet with them. We see how our students are doing, then we readjust.
Yes.
So that's how we work with teachers who work with our students.
And I love that for the simple fact that we know that our students don't all learn the same, nor do they learn at the same pace.
Absolutely.
And so that extra support that you all provide teachers in the classroom, I'm sure equips them and allows them to be flexible and address the needs of the students where they are. How'd I do? Is that
Very
what we're
good.
talking?
Exactly.
You made me think of an initiative called Small Group Instruction.
Yes.
We're starting that up. We're working with our teachers, and it's almost a prescriptive type of situation for students.
I love it. Miss Ingram. So within your instructional coach realm, there are the letters STEAM. Before we go to break, we got about 40 seconds. Can you talk to me about what STEAM stands for, and then we'll dive in segment 2.
Okay, STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts infused, and math.
Arts infused.
Yes.
Okay, that's the perfect connection
That's
with
right.
GMS,
Perfectly.
Arts for Visual and Performing Arts. And so when we come back, we're going to talk more about the role of our instructional coaches. We're going to talk about opportunities that exist at GMS and how you can get your scholar enrolled today. I'm Chelsea Whittington, host of A Day in the District. Stay right there because we have a lot of great information, and we'll be right back.
When you join the Army, the first thing they teach you is how to get in line. Not exactly the same in high school. When I enrolled in Westside Leadership Academy and joined ROTC, the first thing I learned was respect. Not just for God and country, but for myself.
Gary Schools, strong, resilient, built for education.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
Hello and welcome back to A Day in the District. Did you miss us? Well, we're right here. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and I'm chatting with the ladies of Gary Middle School. Go Middle School Cougars. Principal Dixon, Miss Scott, Miss Ingram. When we left off, we were talking about STEAM. And every time I say that word, I think about STEAM like, whoosh, you know, that really just pushes the students for excellence, because we hear STEM, we hear STEAM, and we know that the job market caters to those areas. When we want our youth and our scholars to be successful, we know that science, technology, engineering, arts infused, and mathematic curriculums are all the rage, and that's where you come in. So, Ms. Ingram, please clue us in on the things that you do to help us get there.
Yes, so STEAM instructional coach. I support the teachers, assist the teachers as Miss Scott does. I give them a little more as
Okay.
far as what can you do to incorporate all the subjects together so it works as one. So science works with the technology part, it works with the math part, it works with the ELA part, the English language arts, and it works with the arts.
Yes.
So you have this whole component working together through different strategies. So some of the strategies that we use, which the whole building is using right now, is the race strategy.
Okay.
Okay. So we have informational text and nonfiction text because we know that's a big thing with knowing how to use a strategy like that, because most of the time we talk about literature. Well, with that strategy, you have the students knowing how to read a text that's informational or factual or nonfiction and to cite evidence from that.
how
So
key
they
is
have to
that?
give some evidence for what they've said to answer a question. With that, they have to give a reason. So that's all part of a STEM strategy.
Okay.
And so not only can they do that, the arts can also do that. So we're trying to get even further and have competencies because, as you said, the world is looking for those people that can critically think,
Yes.
can rearrange,
Problem
can change,
solve.
can problem solve. Number
Yes.
one, system thinking. All of that.
Yes.
So that's where I come in to help and assist and give strategies for that, along with Miss Scott.
And I'm just looking at Principal Dixon because she's an egghead. She's like all academic and she's sitting there like, yeah, Dana, I see you over there. Because there are so many different terms that we use. We know ultimately it contributes to the overall well-being of our children.
Yes.
So they come out well-rounded. They have the arts, they have the science, and they're
Yes.
competitive when it's time to either go into the military, because there's science, arts, all of that in the military, traditional higher ed, or in the workforce. You name it, your Gary schools are preparing children to do it.
Yes.
So you mentioned off camera a few programs that you want to highlight, PBIS
Yes.
being one of them, and then we're going to
PBIS.
circle back to facilities because they're so beautiful, and athletics. Go.
Well, our PBIS is the rage
Okay.
right now at Gary Middle School. And when we look in terms of our behavior matrix that we have, and you'll see them all over the building, we want our scholars to develop positive behavior. And PBIS is just positive behavior intervention systems.
Gotcha.
Where we have expectations. We expect our scholars to know how to behave in classroom, outside of classroom, hallways, gym, bathroom, on the bus, as well as off the bus.
Do you all the principals speak from a same script? I had a elementary principal say the same thing in the same chair, but I love that. I love that consistent messaging, and I love the positive affirmations. One of the principals at a forum the other night said, we don't say stop running, we say walk please.
Walk,
The
please, yes.
delivery, you want the same result, but the delivery and the way they receive it is much more cordial, and it makes them want to please and perform. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what that system is all about. And PBIS is just one of the additions even to our MTSS in
Some
our
more
schools,
letters.
multiple tiers of student support.
Okay.
And so our expectations, instead of saying rules and
Yeah.
procedures, we expect this type
Yeah.
of behavior
like
because we want to produce pause up. That's our theme.
That's it.
Productive, achieving, well-rounded scholars.
I like that. Pause up.
Pause up.
And who would have thought there were some in our community when we did the whole Cougar transition questioned, why make it everybody the same? But now we're following the same mantra. We're marching to the same drum, and we're
Yes.
all
Cougars.
Cougars
All
pressing
Cougars.
toward they'll be here at Westside at some point. Now, speaking of Westside, Principal Dixon, I happened to travel up here this past Saturday, and I saw your scholars out on the floor playing
Yes.
basketball, middle schoolers on a high school gymnasium floor,
Yes.
having the time of their lives. Your teachers, your team, your kids, they were all just having a great time. What does that mean for you as a principal to see that type of activity for your school?
It means so much, not only as a principal, but as a Gary, product of Gary, born and raised, to see the athletic tradition come back strong in Gary.
Yes.
Gary has always been very strong athletically,
Yes.
and we want to produce academic athletic scholars. So when the middle school, when you're introducing again the boys basketball, the girls basketball, cheerleading, track is getting ready now. It develops our scholars
Yes.
so that they'll be ready for high school and they will have other avenues, because every child, as you said, learning different. There are different things to pull students in and have them interested and motivated to come to school.
That's right.
Some come for the arts.
Yeah.
But while they're coming from the arts,
Stay for the academics.
we get them ready for the academics. Exactly, Chelsea.
Yes.
If they're coming for athletics, you know there's an expectation
Sure.
of academic achievement to be an scholar, an athletic scholar. So we have to loop them in. We have to find avenues, and that's what that PBIS is all about, giving them rewards and points they get all over the building.
Incentives. I like it.
Incentives. We have a store. We right now are having a double goods fundraiser that's going well.
I'm
to
sure
get
it's going
things.
well because the popcorn is
Yes,
double good.
yes. Mine was delivered at my house. I checked my
I
email.
know your address. Well, when we come back, I want to talk more with our instructional coaches to find out what's on the horizon and how you impact testing preparation, because the community always want to know, what about the test scores? And we're going to tell you all about it. You are watching A Day in the District. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. We can't wait to share the exciting updates from GMS, from new bleachers to a whole new attitude. Stay right there, and we will be right back.
I said I'd never join.
Thought living on a sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman track storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter. Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown. Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
Hello, my name is Dr. Paige McNulty. I'm the manager for the Gary Community School Corporation, and I am pleased to be joined today with the Jackson 5 family members, Tito and Marlon Jackson.
Hi,
how are you? Thanks for being here today.
Again. Not only are we members of the world-famous Jackson 5, but we are proud products of the Gary schools.
Growing up in Gary, our school system afforded great opportunities from academics to extracurricular activities.
And today is no different. This is why we encourage you to enroll your child in the Gary schools today.
For more information, please call 219-881-5466 or visit garyschools.org. And please remember, enroll in Gary Schools today.
Yes,
right.
Definitely enroll.
Gary Schools.
Strong, resilient.
Built for education.
Welcome back to A Day in the District. I can't believe we're already in the final segment. So let's get into the good news from Gary Middle School. I am joined by Principal Antoinette Dixon and her two amazing instructional coaches, Ms. Scott and Mrs. Ingram. And we have been chatting all things GMS. And before we get back into the data, instructional coach role, and testing, I got to shout out those bleachers over there and all of the facility upgrades. Give me a recap.
Yes, we have new bleachers in our gymnasium, and so our gym, they have just uplifted it. It looks so beautiful. And parents, this is another opportunity, and community persons. Next year, we're excited when basketball season
Absolutely.
starts. We will host our home games.
Yes.
And we want the gymnasium filled to capacity.
I will help you with that. And I
Yes.
have to chuckle because, Tony, I joined the district. I worked with the district 20-something years ago, and then I joined the team again to help back in 2019. And we had COVID, and then we returned to the buildings. And if I didn't get a call every day about GMS and that boiler, and the chiller, and the heat, and what temperature it was in the building, and it is my understanding that that all has been rectified.
Yes.
So what's going on? Is it cold over there? Is it hot over there?
Well, lots of upgrades were done by facilities management, new piping, all of those kind of things. And our buildings that people might say are old, they've given a facelift to them.
Yes, yes.
And it's not necessarily that you have a brand new building, but that you maintain and upgrade those things. So where we didn't have air and we're sweating, we have air now.
I'm so happy.
Yes.
So the media, please, they don't have to call me anymore and say,
Yes.
are the babies hot? They are not. And if anything, I love the spirit of your staff, because they take pride in the building. They do different beautification projects. I watch you all.
Yes.
I know what's going on at GMS. So congratulations on all of those upgrades. And I want to take the time to thank the community for their support when we passed the referendum, when we got our ESSER dollars. They have given us the leeway and trusting us entrusting us to do what we said with the dollars. And so here you hear your principal saying, new bleachers, new boilers,
Beautiful
new attitude.
benches outside that have the GMS logo, Gary Middle School, and they're orange and blue.
Yes.
That Cougar's color. They're
love
so
it.
beautiful.
I love it. And kudos
New
to
things
the
to come,
facilities
track,
team,
all of that.
TRAG, Dr. McNulty and her team were hell-bent, if I can say that, I said it, on making sure that those dollars went where they were going to go and that people could visibly see the change. Now, back to our scholars. Miss Scott, Miss Ingram, we know that you can't go through a school year without going through testing and getting the children ready. What are some of the things that instructional coaches do to help in that process? I learn and you learn and we learn, all those tests we have to take.
So one thing that Trudie mentioned already was the race strategy, and it is a writing strategy. So yeah, it's we're training our students and getting them comfortable with when they have a writing prompt to be able to attack it in a particular way.
I love it.
This is one of the tools that we want them to have in their toolbox when they take that test.
And just in life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In fact, I want to mention that on February 15th, Monday, 2 times at 10 o'clock and then 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to have a parent workshop. Because we want to share the strategy with our parents.
So they can do it at home.
So they can do it at home.
Makes sense.
I'm getting excited thinking about it.
I see it. I love it. Because we need our parents to reinforce what we're doing in the buildings.
Absolutely.
What you're doing in the buildings. I'm sorry. I'm making it sound like I'm
It's
there.
us.
It's us. We're a
You're
team.
with us. It's a teamwork.
I am so with you. Miss Ingram, you want to add on with that testing?
Yes, because not only do we have the race strategy, we have PEMDAS. You want to know the acronym?
I do. You already know I do. I like to
Please
learn.
excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So it's to help math students to get ready for the different kind of problems, real world and practical problems that will be on the test. So they go through, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, applying it to different algebraic problems. So that's another initiative that we have going on in the building. So every Tuesday and Thursdays, math teachers, they employ their students to get on or have paper and pencil and work that strategy.
I love it. I love it. I love the energy that comes out of GMS. And I'm going to hear it from some of the other schools, but I just do. It's like a different vibe at every building, but we all come together in support of our young people. Yes. I love the pictures, sneaker balls. I know you have your Valentine's Day dances, and all these things, too, are important to the whole child. And those incentives to say, well, I want to do well because after school we're going to do this, or this is our field trip. Talk a little bit about that, Principal
Yes,
Dixon.
we have several. I keep saying PBIS again. That's where we focus on positive behavior and positive gains in achievement. Our sneaker ball, we'll be having that again. We've already had a winter fest, winter dance. Also coming up will be things like our student faculty basketball game.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Are you playing?
No, I don't play basketball, but I'm a cheerleader.
Okay, nice.
And a baton twirler, so I'll be with them there.
You all playing?
I do the concessions.
Oh, everybody has a role.
I cheer.
You cheer. Okay, good enough. I love it.
For our scholars right now, the store, the PBIS store is the rave.
Okay.
Because electronically we chart data again,
Love
the positive behavior. And as they get points, they can buy things online and they're delivered to their classes twice a week from the store.
Oh,
and
how
they're
special
from,
does that make them feel when a package arrives for them for that positive reinforcement of their behavior the prior week?
And the things that are the raves, they like electronic gadgets.
Okay.
So we have book bags that have chargers in them. We have headphones. We have wireless mouse. And they also like snacks. Our kids like snacks.
Have a snack.
The honey buns, Mr. Botley's honey buns at the school. They're all the raves.
I love it.
And those fundraisers we're going to use to get some snacks, the Takis, the different things that they
like,
and that they want. And we reward them for doing well.
Well, I would say that those type of incentives are the perfect environment for them to achieve academically, but also to achieve socially. All right, test for you, Principal. You have 15 seconds to look at this camera over here. Talk to your community about supporting GPS. Go. GMS.
I would say to parents, talk to your scholars. Come to our race workshop because it is working. We have seen growth in iReady. We've seen at least 30% growth, typical growth in all of our grade levels, and even stretch growth. We're having our sixth graders 19% stretch goal. So I am petitioning parents to get involved with the academic, social progress of your students, and please come into the schools.
And you have it right here. We're out of time. You've been watching A Day in the District. I've been your host, Chelsea Whittington, with my illustrious colleagues of Gary Middle School. Be sure to follow us on social media and visit our website, garyschools.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
WSTG TV.